Abaparu Agro Initiatives bannonya abakugu abatendeka obulungi era nga bano bakuyigiriza ennima n'ennunda ey'omulembe basomesa n'okuyigiriza abalimisa ekinnoomo gattako n'abo abeegattira mu bibinja oba ze twandiise groups nga muno mwe muli okuyigiriza ennunda y'ebyennyanja ey'omulembe ateekekkereza gamba ng'okulunda engege emmale n'ebika by'ebyennyanja ebirala bingi bakutendeka okulima obutiko emiyembe apo emicungwa n'ebirime ebirala bingi eby'ebbeeyi ate nga byatunzi ku katale bakusomesa n'okubangula mu kulunda ebisolo bingi ebyenjawulo gamba ng'embizzi ez'olulyo ente embuzi endiga n'ebisika by'ebisolo ebirala bingi nga muno mwe muli n'ebinyonyi gamba ng'enkoko eza buli kika embaata n'embaata kabuzi nga kuno kw'otadde n'ebika by'ebinyonyi ebirala bingi nnyo osobola okwogerako ne Dr. Mubiru Livingstone Basajja Nsolo omukugu mwennyini okuva mu Paru Agro Initiatives ng'oyita ku namba z'essimu zino nooti 752 413 466 oba nooti 8 nooti 5 888 105 so nga ate bakuteereddewo n'ekipya ekigenda okuyambira ddala gw'omulimi n'omulunzi naawe ateekateeka okutandika kye batuumye Manya Farmers Call Center nga wano omulimi wenna naawe omulunzi gattako naawe ateekateeka okutandika osinziraawo wennyini mu faamu yo ng'oyinako ky'oyagala okumanya oba okwebuuza ku bikwatagana ku by'obulimi n'ebyobulunzi eby'ekika kyonna n'okubira omukugu.
All our viewers, it's your boy MC ROJAH, HUNK, your microphone solution, and your girlfriend's favorite MC as well. Well, kulisayo nyonyo bonabona basoda okubantu batwala abana ku masomero. What you're doing is a very good job. Please keep it up. Fubeno okulaba nti abaana muba guidinga bulungi mubayo buli kimu kye beetaaga okulabika nti bakwasaganya by'omu ssomero. Yeah. So actually, as I've been promising you all along that one time I'll be giving you actually business personnel. Are throwing more light in actually business, how you can start up a business, you know, how you can engage in surviving actually. So today is the day. Mbalete domugeni agenda kuba abanyonyola actually stegera. Agenda kuba abanyonyola engeri yo starting up business, a very small mini business. Then olabike nti mu maaso awo ofunamu kasente. So this time round omugegwendese wanjawulo komuko kubembuzenga mulaba. So he is actually a farming personnel. Yeah, mwami aina farm. Ava mu Buwanguzi Buwanguzi farm. Buwanguzi modern farm. Agenda kuba abanyonyola engeri ez'enjawulo ez'okurearingamu ebisolo ebimu bye twandiyise domestic animals. Okutwaliza wamu nga pigs, pigs generally kuba kyekigenda okubanga ayogera ku ensonga lwaki mulesi kuba bangi ndaba mwenyigidde nnyo mu kulonda embuzi abasinga ze bafuddeko abalala temumanyi ngeri yazikwasaganyamu mugamba embuzi zirya nnyo kwegamba zibalema okumanaginga muzangwirwa okuzipapira muzipapidde mustatinze up businesses nga mwearinga pigs naye nga musanze abasinga basanze obuzibu mu maintenance. So ngenda kuba mbale kya segment yaffe genda okuddakawo abanyonyolemu the different ways one can actually handle pigs. Okitegera Piggery berenga project ogifunamu nnyonnyo okusinga ne oba ogitaddemu. So mustayinge tight temuvaawo ngenda kuba mubaleetera. However, mbandizayo mu nnaku zaffe ziri eziwedde the entertainment news we gave you abasobodde okufollowinga ne mukachinga app mwebale nnyo comment bazirabye. Yeah man, mo keeping it up. However, this time now, a business personnel going to farmer, tula funa wotula kalira, katigowa entertainment smash baholi kiwagwan, msoke mudeke bali munayo kunokude wa business. Omwami ngenda bambali tili abamwita Buwanguzi Yusuf, agenda kuba banyuna mungereza enjawulo ez'okurearinga MDs. Actually mu luzungu kye bandiyise different ways of how to set up a Piggery project and actually benefit a lot from it, and you gain more and more. So to move out Crown TV by MC ROJAH, HUNK, microphone solution, and your girlfriend's favorite MC as well. Become commercial break ngenda bankomono mugenyi wafe abalambukire bulungi nnyo yeyongere okubalambulula mu ngeri y'okulondamu embizi. So
nze kankuulireko amazima amatuufu sisobola kuwadda n'ekikumi n'eki nengula kadi ya NUP byenkikoledde.
Nakukubako tatu
break, it's still your boy ROJAH, HUNK, your microphone solution, and your girlfriend's favorite MC as well. Nga bwe nabagambye konti ngenda kwambaletera omwami agenda kuba throwing more light on the Piggery project. Bonna mwena aba farmers abaliyo nabagambye mutega amatu mubeere so close, mubeere nga mwekkanya engeri tuba tugenda okubanga tubakwasaganyamu tonight. So ndowooza mugenda kuvaawo nga mu butuufu mufunye different ideas gye muyinza okwasaganyamu pigs. Okay, so sir, you're most welcome. Sanyusa nnyo okuchaza ku Crown TV Uganda.
Thank you, Roger.
Alright, so I would like you to introduce yourself to the audience.
First of all, I'm very happy to be here. My name is Yusuf Buwanguzi. I am an engineer by profession, but I am very passionate about farming, so I've been doing farming.
Okay.
And our brand name, Buwanguzi Modern Farms. We specialize in piggery, but we also do goats and cows as well, but today our main area of focus will be piggery. Yes.
Right. So Mr. Buwanguzi Yusuf, so piggery is actually our topic of study tonight. So I would like you to explain to us to some illiterate people that may like those people who would like to know what piggery means.
Okay, piggery in simple terms is rearing pigs. We can rear pigs for on a subsistence. Majority of the farmers here in Uganda do it on a subsistence basis. They eat and then maybe they make some sales to make some small money. But today I would like to drive it more towards the commercial level, how you can do piggery and actually make money from it. So yeah, okay. Basically that's it.
Alright, sir. So I would like to ask you this question. Like, for how long have you spent in the piggery project,
From
the piggery farming
Where I grew up from at our home. We've been doing piggery for quite a number of years. I remember the first time we bought our first pigs was when I think I was in my primary 2. That's about 2001, but then we were still kids and would only go there to help. Oh, you go and put water, go and put the feeds, but I didn't really see it in a business sense until I finished my studies.
Right.
You know, when you finish studies, you start seeing things a little bit differently.
Yeah,
now
you
have entered the real world, so you think I have to do something for myself. Then that's when I started doing piggery on a commercial level.
Okay.
So commercially, 3 years now.
3 years?
Yes.
Alright, well, that's some good period of time. So, however, well, Nadia, I would like you to tell us briefly how one can set up a piggery project and get some good money from it. Because it's always a tug of war starting up a business.
You're right.
Yeah. So I would like you to elaborate more about that.
Yes, first of all, I'll tell you this. There is money in piggery, but that money is not going to come on a silver plate. You have to do your side of the work. If you want to start piggery, first of all you need space, because you're not going to rear them inside your house.
Okay.
You know, you need space where you need to put these animals. Secondly, you're going to need genetics.
A moment. Like, which size of space do I really need to begin rearing pigs?
It depends on the number. It depends on the number. There is someone who wants to buy only one. So maybe you might build a small pen of about 2.5 meters by 2.5, and you can start. Okay. You don't have to have a lot to start. You can start from there. Okay. So the space depends on how many pigs you intend to have. It depends on what your production plan is.
All right.
And as we go on, in case any is interested in doing an evaluation on how much space they will require and everything, that's something we can help you to calculate. Right. Then we tell you need this amount of space and something like that.
Okay. So basically, the size of space is it's actually about the number of pigs you would like to rear.
Exactly.
All right. So now let's talk about the maintenance. First, of course, I believe somebody can decide to Nagamanti, okay, I've got some pigs. Now let me decide to rear. But then the maintenance.
Before we even go to the maintenance,
Yeah.
One of the other things we need in order, first of all, to start, you need proper housing. We have talked about the housing. You need a source of clean and fresh water, because people are used to this notion that, oh well, pigs are dirty animals. Pigs are supposed to be given this water where you finish washing utensils and then you go and pour in their thing and then they drink. No, actually pigs are very clean animals. Because, for example, a pig, for the animals that at least are bred, is the only animal I've seen that will pick one corner and it will be dumping its dung there. Or it will pick only one corner in its house, and that's why it will be doing that business. But a cow, where it is, that's why it will dump. A goat, where it is, that's why it's dump. So this notion that pigs are dirty animals, pigs are not dirty animals. Then the other thing you need is feed. You need to make sure that you get very nutritious feeds.
By the way, about the feeds.
Yes.
Well, I hope, or I actually think that actually the amount of feeds you give to these grown-up pigs should be actually completely different from the amount of food you give to these young ones. And
definitely.
Or maybe even the type of food is kind of different.
Definitely. Of course, a bigger animal has bigger energy requirements and nutritional requirements as compared to a smaller animal. But even in that sense, the feeds that you give to the small animal, to the ones that are still young, for instance, the piglets that you have just weaned, that feed is going to be different in its nutrition. For example, a piglet that has just been weaned requires a very high amount of protein content in its feed, of up to even 22%.
Okay.
Because they are now growing very fast. Whereas a pig that is already big doesn't need that much protein. And if you give it a lot of protein in its feed, you're going to see diarrhea. So this is where now nutrition comes in. Good enough, here in Uganda we have a number of companies that are dealing in feeds, very good quality feeds that we didn't have back then. There's Sage Pigs, there's New Science, there's Cowardice. There are very many that you can go to and you tell them, okay, I have my pig, it is at this stage, please give me the concentrate or the feed that I can give to this pig. So, about the feeds that specifically it...
Well, actually, I would like to pose this question as well. Well, is there that special meal you give to, let me say, the pregnant pigs? Like, to actually ease the giving birth, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I think let me expound on the feeds a little bit better. Feeds come in different types depending on the stage at which the pig is. For example, when the piglets are still with their mother, when they are still just 5-day-olds, we introduce them to a feed that is called creep feed.
Creep feed?
Yes. Creep feed is made in such a way that these piglets start to eat some feed even before they are weaned, before they are taken away from the mother. So that when you take them away from the mother at 1 month, 1.5 months, they're already used to eating some food. So that it's not an abrupt change that, oh, today I'm taking you away from your mother. They are very stressed. First of all, you've taken them away from their mother. They're in a new environment. They are seeing new food. Very many farmers make this mistake. What happens is that they get diarrhea and some of them lose them at this stage. Then, after weaning, you leave them on this creep feed for the next 7 days. Then, after those 7 days, when they are now used to the new environment, they are kind of starting to forget about their mother and the milk, then you start to transition slowly to the starter.
Okay.
You don't change abruptly. For instance, if they were eating a total of 5 kilos of creep feed, if you want to transition, on the first day, you put 4 kilos of creep feed and 1 kilo of starter. The next day, you put 3 kilos of creep feed and 2 kilos. You keep on reducing one while increasing the other.
So that they adapt slowly by slowly.
Exactly. Then from starter feed, the starter feed might take them up to around 3 months. Then from 3 months, we give them a grower feed. Grower feed will take them up to 5 months. Then after 5 months, you can, if they are going for pork, depends on what you're rearing for. If you are going to sell them for pork, we give them a finisher. This finisher can help them to cut on the fat a little bit and prepare them for the market.
So, meaning there are actually different reasons as to why people what you would like to rear pigs. Because, okay, well, what I thought is because I see most people rear pigs actually with commercial reasons. Yeah, some, okay, pork as you said. Yeah, but are there other reasons apart from that?
Basically, that's it.
That's it,
Commercial.
only those two.
I don't think here in Uganda we have people who rear pigs as pets. I've seen it with the whites. They have those small pigs that keep running around their houses. They carry them. But here in Uganda, our culture
It's so rare.
It's so rare. We don't do that. But here in Uganda, basically it is for pork because we don't milk them anyway. So pork strictly.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I had rumors, I don't know whether it's real, but I had rumors that pigs actually tend, or I don't know whether they reach at a certain point and they are facing some, I don't know, scarcity or something, then they tend to eat flesh.
That's not right.
It's not right?
It's not. We mean flesh of what? Of they eating each other or
Not each
cannibalism?
other. Then you're that one.
No, not really. If you're feeding your animals very well, if they're having the right nutritional balance in their feed, they are not going to eat each other. For instance, I've had there are instances where some pigs farrowing is giving birth in pigs. That's the technical term, and then they eat their little ones. Some farmers have that problem. Busy as a dog one, something like
By
that.
the way, why is it that way?
Sometimes
is it a problem with the farmer that immediately they give birth, you must take them away or something?
This problem sometimes arises. For instance, some pigs that are just giving birth for the first time, they have not experienced this before, so it might get so stressed in the process. So during that stress, when a piglet maybe comes around the mouth, it might bite it, savage it. Some of them, if you don't feed it well and it is lacking iron in its body, when it gives birth to these piglets, it's going to crave them. It's going to crave and eat them. You know, these pregnant things, they need a lot of nutritional balances. We see this even in humans. I'm not saying they eat, but when they are pregnant, they crave.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
I want to eat raw mangoes. So even your animal, though it doesn't speak, but it has those requirements from its body during that gestation. So you have to make sure you are feeding it very well. And also when it's giving birth, be present. Because some farmers, they don't know how to time when the pig is going to give birth. A pig's gestation is 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, or 115 days. But it ranges from 114 to about 118. But most of them around 115, they'll be giving birth. So when you take your pig to the male to be sucked, or when you do artificial insemination, write down the date. There are so many apps that help you to calculate when it will give birth. Then note that date, so that when you're moving towards that date, you'll be observing this animal. How is it behaving? How is it behaving? And even when it's about to farrow, when it's remaining with like 2 or 1 day, when you pull the teats, there is already some milk already there. Then that's when you know, this animal, maybe today or tomorrow it will give birth. So that you are there and you help it through the process. Otherwise, abamu bazireka neza nosanga ngo bwana omuyagwe bakidde and things like that, so you have to take care of them during that stage in order to make the best out of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I would like to actually ask this question as well. Like, how often should you clean up, the pen?
First of all, for us,
because what I know, as you said, still they say pigs are so dirty. However, I don't know whether it's still a challenge with the farmers, but I've seen it, finding a lot of pens when they are so dirty.
Because that's what people are used to. But when you, for instance, come to our farm, you can even eat from there. That's how clean it is. The pens are clean because the floor, we put concrete.
Okay.
And on a daily basis, we take out the dung and we wash. So you find them, they are very clean. The hooves are white, they are white, everything is clean.
So meaning it's just a challenge?
It's a challenge. Hygiene is a challenge on some farms. And if your farm is not clean, you're going to keep on spending money on treatment. Because they're going to keep on getting worms, they're going to keep on getting bacterial infections, they're going to keep on suffering from a lot of things that you shouldn't have gotten. So farmers should always make sure that their pens are very clean. Okay. Yes, on that note. Okay,
just to ensure proper, how will I call it, proper growth or proper rearing? All right. So there is also this question. Now, actually, we've been talking about different kinds of feeds you can, give to animals, to the pigs. Now, this time around, I want us actually to focus on this local farmer who's deep in the village. Which kind of feeds that can actually he use? Because I heard that you can feed maggots to pigs. The earthworms and stuff.
Okay, the maggots, it's something that is slowly being adopted. Here in Uganda, there are some people who rear them actually. The black soldier fly, they keep them somewhere, and I haven't really gone and seen the process, but people are doing that. And the reason as to why they are doing it is that it's presenting a cheaper alternative to other protein sources that we have on the market.
Alright, so
for
it's
instance,
so cheap, I think.
Not so cheap, but it's slightly cheaper, but almost as nutritious. Because when you look at some of the protein sources that people use on the market, there is silverfish mainly, and soya. But there are seasons where a kilo of silverfish is going to go up to 5,000. So it makes the entire cost of the feed and cost of production expensive. So some people are resorting to maggots. So that's a technology that is slowly.
So they are just adapting that.
Exactly, and it's also working for majority. Most especially those ones who are doing poultry, it has worked for them very well. They rear these maggots, give them to the chicken. They are very nutritious, and the chicken they are going to grow. Yes. Though people are disgusted by the word maggots, but I think we should use larva, insect larva. I think it sounds a bit polished up.
Actually, I also suggest larva. Maybe that's kind of cool, exactly. Larva instead of maggots.
Maggots, yes.
However, people, I think you've had some little advice and actually techniques. I'll call them techniques because they are so, they are so important. However, I'm gonna jump into a very short commercial break, but I'm gonna be back still. I'm still with Buwanguzi Yusuf, from Buwanguzi Modern Farm. So I'm gonna be right back after these commercial breaks.
Nze kankuulireko amazima amatuufu sisobola kuwadda n'ekikumi n'eki nengula kadi ya NUP byenkikoledde. Nze kankuulireko amazima amatuufu sisobola kuwadda n'ekikumi n'eki nengula kadi ya NUP byenkikoledde.
However, we've been experiencing some challenges actually. We've been receiving some complaints actually from farmers. There are some, I don't know, will I call them infections? What will those diseases is affecting our Balunzi? For example, now this swine fever. What will Ninji call? However, Mr. Yusuf, would you kind of elaborate how they can deal with that issue?
Thank you so much, Roger, for actually bringing that up because it is very important. As I speak right now, there are very many farmers that are currently losing their animals to the current wave of swine fever. Swine fever is actually caused by virus. It has no vaccine. It has no treatment, it has no cure. So that means the moment you see it on your farm, chances are high that it is going to clear all the animals. The mortality rate is, most cases, is always 100. They will always die. So this is one of the problems that piggery farmers are facing. Some of them are even fearing to invest their money. Those ones who have been hit, they are fearing to go back. They're like, busy. you know. But there are some things that we can do in as much as we cannot eliminate it completely, because actually this disease is carried and spread by wild boars, and this is almost score. They are the carriers of this African swine fever and the soft ticks. So in as much as we are still having those animals in the wild, and we can't go and kill all of them because, well, they also have their own importance. They are tourist attractions here. They will always be carriers, but you can stop it from coming to your farm. And how do you do this? First of all, I'll even tell you what the signs of swine fever are. One of the signs is very high temperature, because the normal temperature range of a pig is around 38.5 degrees.
So you just have to make regular checkups?
Of course you're not going to go on measuring the temperature of every pig, but if you see a pig that is maybe not eating and what, you can maybe go and take the temperature as well. So one of the signs, high temperature. Normal temperature is 38.5, around there. At most 39, but when you see it's beyond 39.5, 40, 41, know that this animal is having a fever. It, of course, definitely stops eating. It will vomit and have diarrhea in some cases. You will see a purple flash, a bluish flash on the body, most especially on the belly. It will start turning bluish purple on the belly, on the peripheries of the ears, the snout, purple, then you know. So one of the ways you can keep this out of your farm is by putting in place and enforcing very strict biosecurity measures. I'm certain the majority of us do many biosecurity because we are from COVID. Biosecurity is anything you put in place to prevent the entrance or the spread of a disease from one point to another. During COVID, we used to wash our hands, you wear masks, stay at home, don't move in groups and things like that. That was all biosecurity. Now when it comes to piggery, you have to make sure that your biosecurity is very strict, most especially if you want to go commercial. One of the ways is by, first of all, stopping people from coming and visiting your farm all the time.
Oh, why?
Yes, you should stop them. Piggery is a very sensitive business. Okay. Because this person might come to your farm. I think yesterday they ate pork from an infected animal. You don't know.
I understand.
You don't know. So they'll come, they're going to touch the pig and what they've brought. Their shoes, where they have stepped, maybe is okubanga yakede ku butcher, kugula nyama, and if they slaughtered an infected animal, this person's shoes are already infected.
Well, then I believe now that's a very big challenge actually to these people.
For the smallholder farmers, the informal sector, it's very difficult for them to stop people from coming and doing these things. But if you want to set up your thing very well, strictly, or if they have to enter, then it has to be something very important. And if they are going to enter, there is a certain process we have to pass through as they enter the farm. For instance, now at our farm, the new system we are putting up, if you are going to enter our farm, you'll come, and then of course we shall ask you a few questions. Have you been to any pig farms of recent and things like that, just to assess the risk. You know, for how long has this pig, for how far back has this person been in contact with pigs. Then, as you enter, first of all, you have to make sure your nails are short. Because nails are carriers of germs.
That's right.
Under the nails. Yeah. And then some organic material stayed under your nails. So cut your nails. Everything that you have, the gadgets and everything, we have lockers. Your personal belongings, you put them there, the phones and everything. Your clothes, then you have to take a full body shower.
What? Yes. People are so strict.
Full body shower.
Wow.
For at least 3 minutes.
Okay.
After showering, you move over. Now there are 3 zones where you leave your clothes and everything and what? You move into the shower. After showering, now you cross over to the clean zone. And when you cross over to the clean zone, we have clean overalls there. Very clean. Make sure you keep them very clean and disinfected. very clean gumboots, firmware. We can even give you something to cover your hair, like those head caps and even gloves. So by the time you enter the farm, you are free of any pathogens whatsoever that might bring health risks to the farm. If you go around to most of the commercial producers that we have in Uganda, the very big ones, I know some big farms. There's one in Nachifuma. It's owned by Mzungu.
Okay.
Then another one is in Kasa. It's called BFML. If you go to these farms, that's the exact procedure they follow.
Those are the measures
there is no short. Even if you are in a hurry, that is, you can only enter the farm through a shower. Then, that's for the side of the people. Then, when you are introducing new animals on your farm, you have to make sure that you don't just bring them and mix them with the others. Well, some people cannot afford that because their space is small. If you have a big farm, always set up a separate wing where new animals are first kept for at least 2 weeks.
So, should I assume you
quarantine?
Yes. You first quarantine them somewhere.
Exactly.
Then with time
you observe them, quarantine them there. You can deworm them because you are not sure unless you are very certain of their history, treatment history, and then you observe them. Because some diseases, for instance, if you're going to get COVID, the day you get in contact with the virus is not the day the symptoms show up. They might show up 3 or 5 days later. So you might bring this animal, it's playing 3 days down the road, it's down, and you've already mixed it with your animals. So
they also die.
They also die. So you quarantine these animals for at least 2 weeks, then you can introduce them to your herd after making sure that they are okay. The other mistake that we always do, when we want to sell our animals, we go to these butchers, we call these guys, these people, someone who is coming from an abattoir, where they slaughter hundreds of pigs a day, and of which of those animals, majority of them are sick, because some people they slaughter those sick animals from there. So this person comes to your farm, they have residues of blood, maybe on their shoes and what they are, very contaminated. Then this person comes and touches your animals.
So, in quotes, how can you actually ensure, I don't know, will I call it proper selling off or something?
You can make it in such a way that this person doesn't have to come and enter your main farm in order to see the animal that they want. Usually, you can build a separate pen. If you have a big space, you can build a separate pen closer to the gate. So this person can come view the animal. They're not even allowed to touch it. Maybe you can put a canet, a chain link, the animal is inside, you can see it, and then you negotiate, but they don't have to touch the animal. Okay. Or for you to go in your main farm, and everything, you risk. And once an animal leaves the farm, it cannot come back. First, that's our policy.
Wow.
Once it gets out of the gate, that means it has gotten out of the zone that for us we consider safe for our farm. So
that's right.
That animal
actually, it's actually safe. Yeah, it's a safe zone.
So that animal cannot return to the farm. So those are some of the measures you can put in place. And even birds themselves, they can bring this disease. If you have nearby pig farms, these birds, like if you put the feed in, the wild birds are also going to come and eat. So it might come from this farm that is affected, it flies over, crosses the fence, and also comes and eats from your farm.
That's right.
So one of the solutions we usually employ in that case is we buy these shade nets. Those shade nets, you can put them around your pen to keep out the birds, so they don't enter and bring. It's this approach has so many. I mean, you can keep swine fever out of your farm in so many ways. It is a multi-faceted approach. There are so many.
So now, I don't know. Let me actually ask for those easiest measures actually for now this local farmer, who's ain't good at money and stuff.
Okay, some of them they are not supposed to be very complicated. First one, make sure you don't even give your pig leftover food. Yeah. Okay, those ones in the village, they do that a lot.
Yeah,
but you're going to give a pig leftover feed that has pork residues. All these people ate pork and there is pork that was infected. Maybe if you're not doing it on a very commercial scale and you can afford to do that, Maybe, but if you are doing it for money, this is something you have to forget about completely. Now, for instance, for me at home, where I rear my pigs from, I don't eat pork from home.
Oh.
If I want to eat my pork, I'll go somewhere, eat, and then make sure I wash up very properly. I might even take 2 or 3 days without even going back to the farm.
Okay.
To make sure that I'm completely free, because these viruses are very stubborn. It can
That's
even stay on your clothes
You're right.
and survive for some few days. Just waiting for that small moment when you take it to the farm, it jumps onto the pig, and it does wonders.
Yeah. So, alright, so, well, I believe actually you've actually gained a lot. Yeah, you've benefited from this talk. However, sir, I would like actually you to actually tell us some platforms where those people who would like actually to meet you, yeah, would pass and find you easily. Okay,
First of all, I'll share my contacts. I have an MTN and an Airtel line. My MTN line is 0776 800 858. For those that use Airtel, it is 0757 084 854. We also have a Facebook page, Uwanguzi Modern Farms. That's where we share most of our content and some updates from our farm, the animals that we have from sale. And also, if you want us to, for consultancy services, with regards to Piggery, we do consultancy, serious consultancy, well researched, not Rugambo, where, hey, I heard this works. No, this is serious.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm an engineer by profession, so I follow facts and research, not Rugambo, things that work. Yeah. So if you want to reach out to us, those are some of the platforms.
Alright, so now let's talk about the physical location.
We are located, our farm is located in Seguku. Seguku Katale, along Prey Mountain Road. That's where our farm is. Even on Google Maps, it's there. You can search it up and it will show you the pin. Then our other farms that we have where the goats and the cows are, they are in Chiboga. Yes, because there is some bigger space where you can put them. So
actually, I think with time, I'll be actually inviting him again to come here and talk about the livestock. Yeah, the livestock, because I've also seen some farmers still pleading about the livestock thing. You know, they find challenges. Yeah, so as per now, people, I think you've enjoyed this moment, and it has been it has been so much educative. Let me hope so for those who have been asking a lot of questions about Piggery, yeah, I think you've got answers. Yeah, because Mr. Yusuf has been so much straight to the point, and he has been so clear. So hope you've gained a lot. However, it has been MC ROJAH, HUNK, your microphone solution, and your girlfriend's favorite MC as well. The show has been The Chat, yeah, with Mr. Actually, you talk about yourself. Actually, sign out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for tuning into this show. It's been my pleasure to come here and share with you. And yes, keep watching Crown.